Hello everyone, this is K. Ambika Achari, TGT SST of OAV Hattioto. Welcome you all to my channel. Today we will start a new chapter, Chapter 2 of Class 8 History. From Trade to Territory, the company establishes power. Let's figure out the key concepts of this chapter. Number 1. Introduction on the pre-British period in India. In it we will see what was the political situation of India before British came. Number 2. East India Company comes east. Here we will study the journey of British East India Company from England to India. And also we will see the journey of securing its markets in Europe. Number 3. Company begins trade in Bengal. In it we will see the functions of British East India Company as a trading company in Bengal. Number 4. Trade led to battle and the event of Battle of Plassey. Here we will study how the trading company began battle with the Nawabs of Bengal to get more concession and the right to trade duty free. And also we will study the historical drama of Indian history, that is Battle of Plassey, the first victory of East India Company in India. Number 5. Company rule expands. Then we will analyze the process of annexation of Indian states by the East India Company from 1757 to 1857 through a variety of political, economic and diplomatic methods, and also sometimes by launching direct military attack. Last one, setting up a new administration. I will introduce you all with the new administration set up by the company in India. Okay. So before starting this chapter, I want to tell you, understand this chapter just as a story. Okay, a story based on how an alien power entered a country with trading intention, but the wealth of the country and their greed to expand trade changed the intention of that company. Okay, but later the alien power subjugated the country and use and exploit the land, its people and wealth for their own benefit. So let's enjoy this story, which is full of characters, brave kings, fearless queens, power-thirsty villains with full of drama and actions. Here is the episode 1, pre-British period. Look at the figure. He is Mahiuddin Muhammad, known as Aurangzeb, the last of the powerful Mughal rulers. He established control over a very large part of the territory that is known as India. But after his death in 1707, many Mughal governors, known as Subadars also, and Zamindars asserted their authority and established their own regional kingdoms. And as these regional kingdoms emerged in various parts of India and became powerful, Delhi could no longer function as an effective center. And this kind of political circumstances helped that alien power to enter in our country and rage. Second half of the 18th century. This is the period when a new power was emerging on the political horizon of India, the British. Remember here, initially the British came to our country as a trading company, the British East India Company. But later they were reluctant to acquire territories. Now let's see the journey of a British East India Company. In 1600, the East India Company get a charter from the ruler of England, Queen Elizabeth I. That charter grants the East India Company that the company has the sole right to trade with the East, means countries are located in Eastern Hemisphere, and also no other English trading group could compete with the East India Company. With this charter, the company ventured across oceans. The company was looking for new lands from which it could buy goods at cheap price and carry them back to Europe and sell at higher prices. This charter helped the British East India Company to defend in the competition from other English trading groups, But except for other English trading groups, there were many European countries like France, Portugal, who were reluctant to enter in the eastern markets. Now look at the map. This is southern India, through which the European trading companies entered in India and established their power or base. The first English ships sailed down the west coast of Africa, round the Cape of Good Hope, and crossed the Indian Ocean. By that time, the Portuguese had already established their presence in the western coast of India and had their base in Goa. And in 1605, the Dutch founded their first factory in Machilipatnam in Andhra Pradesh. And in 1660s, the French East India Company also arrived to India. He is Vasco da Gama, the Portuguese explorer. He was the first European to reach India via the Atlantic Ocean. He discovered the sea route from Europe to India via Cape of Good Hope. All the East India companies were interested in buying the same things from India: the fine qualities of cotton and silk, the Indian spices like pepper, cloves, cardamom, cinnamon had a big market in Europe. Because of this tough competition among the East India companies to get the same things produced in India, the price of these goods dropped and reduced the profit that could be earned from this trade. The only way the trading companies could flourish was by eliminating rival competitors. By the 17th and 18th centuries, this led to fierce battles between the trading companies. Regularly, they sank each other's ships, blockaded routes, and prevented rival ships from moving with supplies of goods. Trade was carried on with arms, and trading posts were protected through fortifications. This also led to conflict between local rulers in India. And in this situation, the British East India Company decided to get the political power with sole right to trade. Okay, students, so this is all about today's class. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching it.